Sometimes you notice changes in how your partner acts, and you just can't shake the feeling that something's up. Maybe things aren't how they used to be, or you're starting to feel like you're on the outside looking in. These little signs could mean your girl's got her eye on someone else. In this video, we're going to talk about few signs that your girl is about to cheat on you. First, we are talking about is she argues with you more often, and your advice doesn't count anymore. Suddenly, she's picking fights over stuff that never used to matter, and no matter what you say, she's not satisfied. And it's not just that she's disagreeing with you, she suddenly doesn't see your opinion as valuable as it used to be. She uses someone else's opinion for her argument and will defend this guy's viewpoint over yours every chance she gets, almost like she's more interested in what he thinks than what you think. And that's painful because it's like she's putting someone else's thoughts ahead of yours. It's like, no matter what advice you give, it doesn't seem to hold a candle to whatever this other guy said. Next. She's mentioning a particular guy's name a lot more often. You know that thing when someone brings up a name so much, you could practically write it on their forehead? Well, if she's dropping another guy's name in conversation over and over, it could mean he's on her mind a bit too much. It could be an old friend, a coworker, or maybe someone they recently met. Whatever the case, she's found reasons to bring him up in the smallest ways. They'll talk about him even when it's not really relevant to the conversation, and if you're really paying attention, you notice it's happening a lot more than normal. It's time to pay attention, because chances are, he's starting to mean more than just a friend. Maybe it's, oh, Tom said this, or John was telling me about that, and it's almost every day, like she's excited to share whatever this guy has to say. But here's the thing, if someone's on their mind that much, it's worth paying attention to. Alright, let's move on. Physical intimacy isn't the same. When someone's into you, there's this natural level of touch and affection, but when that spark is going somewhere else, it's like a switch flips. Suddenly, she's not as cuddly, not as affectionate, and you notice it's been a while since she even wanted to hold hands, and worst, she no longer feels comfortable when you hold hands outside. Making love? That starts feeling like a rare thing, and when it does happen, it feels different. The excuses start rolling in, she's too tired, too busy, or not in the mood. If she's feeling emotionally connected to someone else, it often shows up physically too. The worst part is, she probably won't even admit it or might get defensive if you bring it up, and that's my final sign, she gets super defensive when you bring up her new, or old, male friend. So, you've finally worked up the courage to talk about her sudden interest in this guy. But instead of having an honest conversation, she gets super defensive. She might say you're overreacting or get mad that you're even bringing it up, almost like she's trying to protect something. This defensive attitude is a big red flag because it's like she's putting up walls instead of being open. If this was really just a harmless friendship, she wouldn't have any issue explaining it to you. That's it, but if any of these signs sound familiar, don't panic, but don't ignore it either. Sometimes, these changes are just phases, but other times, they're signs of something deeper. If you're really worried, have an open conversation with her. Alright, guys, if any of these signs sound familiar, share it with us, tell us about your experience and how you handled it. If you liked this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on future videos. Bye.